You know where I got this, right?
The Harley salesman.
I'd never heard of this until I was doing a seminar 7 or 8 years ago for a bunch of Harley Davidson sales managers, general managers, and salespeople. So I'm taking them through objection handling, and this old boy raised his hand. Elvis Vaughn. Elvis, I still remember you, and I still thank you for this. Elvis goes, I think I got one better than that. I said, well, I'm sure you don't, but come on up here and show me. Sure enough, he did. He said, this is what we do with the Harley people. Because back then, Harleys, after 36 months, were holding 75% of their value. What's easier to say yes to, 850 or 502?
502.
Now, I've had some customers say, well, am I still writing a check for 850? I said, yes, sir, you are. What could I tell my wife? Tell your wife the net payment is 502. All right, because that's what the net payment is. Anybody have a life insurance policy in here? Term or whole life?
Whole life.
Whole life. Okay. I've got term. Okay. I pay $350 a month. Okay. I'm never going to see a penny from that policy. Okay. My heirs, my beneficiaries may see money from that policy, but I will never see a single penny. If you have a whole life policy, you're building cash value in that policy every time you make a premium payment. You can cash it in, you can borrow against it, you can see money without having to be dead. And if you're dead, you can't see money anyway, right? Okay? It's the same concept. Isn't a customer building cash value in their vehicle every time they make a payment? Again, how many customers think this way?
They don't.
They don't. All right?
I used that close one on a customer. I mean, it has worked. I'm not going to say it hasn't. It has. One day, though, the customer said, I trade my vehicle in every 3 years. It don't matter. Kind of fucked me right there. I didn't know what to say, so I kept running back and forth.
Well,
to the
then you
desk
should.
after that one.
Then you should say you should probably lease it. Okay.
Yeah, but I
All
didn't
right.
right. At least when we were in the payment.
You can do it. You can do it that way too.
Yeah, just do it the same way.
Yeah,
How
it's-
much you think it'll be worth at that
It's
time
going to be
is-
worth a lot more.
Yeah.
Okay, I got
So you
Okay.
have this much equity. You think you have $5,000 equity? Great.
The,
Divide.
the key to this is not the mathematics. The mathematics are simple. Divide the ending value by the term, and that tells you the amount of money that is literally coming out of that payment, flowing back to the title. The key is making it a good story.
Yeah.
Rick, everybody knows vehicles depreciate, right? Okay, but the good news is they're not depreciating like they used to. But here's what everybody doesn't know. Did you know that every time you stroke a check for $850, there's a savings element to it? What are most customers going to say? What sort of bullshit's coming? Believe me, I've gotten that from, what sort of bullshit you're run by me now? Does it work every time? No. Let me tell you when it definitely doesn't work. When the customer says, read my lips, I can't write a check for $850 every month. Then it doesn't have a prayer working. Where was the mistake made?
Vehicle selection.
Vehicle selection. Okay?
Needs assessment.